Hey guys, how's it going? This is kind of my first thrifting video that I threw together. It's a bit rough for sure in my shooting. I did a lot of quick cuts, didn't record long enough, just honestly some bad camera work on it. But I thought it'd be fun to do it. I hit several thrift stores today. I just thought it'd be fun to chronicle, what I found or whatever. I actually started off, the first thrift store I went to was by far the largest Goodwill here in the Cincinnati area. It's their main hub. It's where they have the auto auction here locally and a whole bunch of other stuff. I've noticed that in general, Goodwill has definitely gone downhill, at least in the Cincinnati area in recent years. There's not many good finds in the thrift store anymore like there used to be. I remember growing up finding good stuff in Goodwill often when we went there. Now it's pretty slim pickings for the most part, as you'll see when I get to the actual video, portion where I show off inside the Goodwill. So yeah, that was a bit disappointing. Second, we went to a place called Valley Thrift Store, which actually still you can get some good finds there still sometimes, and there was a fair amount of interesting stuff there. And then after that, we went to St. Vincent de Paul, which was directly next door to the Valley Thrift Store, and it was pretty disappointing overall. And then finally, I finished the video off with basically the fourth place we went, which was the Goodwill that's near my house. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to put that part in the video now where you'll see everything that was really worth seeing at these stores. And once that's done, I'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more. See you in a second, guys. As you can see at our first stop, the exterior is really large. You can really tell this is the largest facility in the metro area. Anyway, hopping inside, we got standard of Goodwill and overpriced desks, $50 for this piece of junk. Anyway, moving on, we actually have a pretty decent desk for $50. I don't really need it, but I liked it, and I thought it might be worth showing off in the video. Sorry for the shaky cam here. It's just the way it was. This is my first time recording this stuff. Okay, here's a shake weight. Looks like a wiener. Haha, that's why it's in here. Okay, this was the front of the store in the quote auction case. The most interesting thing was that trackball, but I didn't want to buy it, and I'm just showing off. It's just a bunch of random junk, some tech junk. Honestly, a bit overpriced, but that kind of tends to be the Goodwill trend. Anyway, back here in the electronics section, we just got a bunch of random speakers. A cash register. Oh, go figure on that one. Whatever, just more random shit. Speakers found on the floor. Those actually look pretty decent for floor speakers. Well, not floor standing speakers, speakers on the floor. Yep, good stuff. More random stuff. We got a Sony 5-disc changer. Wasn't interested in that. More speakers. There's a big one without a mate. I kind of like the look of it, but no mate. Yeah, just more random speakers. Light fixtures. There's that CD player again. And cash register again. More speakers. Just stuff. Okay, this is actually our second location we were at, called Valley Thrift. There's a wood grain TV. Gotta love that. And just some random other tube TVs. Moving on, we got tons of wires and chargers and stuff hanging. Hey, here is actually a pretty nice looking pair of RCA cables. And more chargers and such. And there's a really old computer monitor. I'm not sure the vintage of it, but it's pretty damn old, as you can see. And hey, look, a boombox, a cheap-ass boombox, a VCR, DirecTV receiver. And here's the most interesting thing, a Kenwood tape player that I was considering buying. I later hooked it up, but I don't think the motors were working, hence I didn't buy it. But, $15, I wasn't willing to take the gamble. Yeah. Anyway, moving on, we got VHS tapes. If you ever need VHS tapes, boy, this is the place to come. Tons of it. Much more than I see in other thrift stores. You just rows and rows of this shit hanging up on the hooks. Tons of them. You know, rental ones people bought. Anyway, up next, a car cassette deck stereo. $5 whopping they wanted for this thing. Yeah, no interest in it, but thought it'd be fun to show off a little bit. And 8 tracks. 8 tracks. Jim Neighbors, good old Gomer Pyle. Didn't get that one, obviously, but hey. And then it's funny how they put out for sale, you know, mixtapes people made. And there's a record player and receiver. It looks like a nuclear bomb went off near it. And moving on from there, I went to St. Vincent de Paul next door. And inside was fairly disappointing. They had that Atari Flashback. And then outside, I'm just showing that there's still a Radio Shack here that's been here since like the 80s. I am amazed this place is still in business. Moving on, this was my last stop. This was the Goodwill near my house, much less crowded than the other places I was today. But, you know, anyway, inside, this is what their, quote, valuable items were. Mostly just junk. Nothing really of interest here, just thought I'd show it off. Now we have some electronics, some NES games, just some random stuff. Now this was probably the most interesting things were those speakers. Now, what's funny is those speaker wires were kind of cut off. And then moving on, we have a air hockey game. Don't know if that hat's included or not. It's sitting on it. And there was a broken bell sitting on top of it too. So, okay, guys, thanks for sitting through basically the thrift, you know, the portion where I showed off what I saw at the thrift stores, whatever. I had a lot of fun, obviously, going out today and looking at that stuff. Even though I didn't buy anything, really doesn't matter because it's fun to get out there and look. Anybody can find stuff online, literally anyone, okay? And it's nice to find stuff online, but it's a lot more rewarding for some reason, psychologically, if you go outside and find something in the wild, as it were, or somewhere in the real world. You know, obviously, I track when I go, I'm looking for some sort of electronics, you know, pretty much always. I'm not going to look for, you know, clothes. As if it was all about clothes, the video would be an hour long where I showed all the clothes, because as we all know, the bulk of what thrift stores have are clothes, right? Also, sometimes interesting furniture you know, is nice to find there as well. So, anyway, I just want to apologize again for the poor shooting and editing of the thrift store part. Next time I go out thrifting, I will definitely be more... I'll learn from my mistakes this time. So, anyway, if you did like this, as always, please thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.